Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office. Today is, it's Monday, the 17th day of July, 2023. This is the morning briefing coming to you from my home weather office. And as I look out the window from the home weather office this morning, there are clouds out there. It's also a very warm morning. So we'll talk about the heat, how the heat is about to leave our area temporarily. Talk about when we may be seeing a return to some heat. But I also want to start with what happened last night. I'm sure a lot of you noticed the clouds that came in during the day yesterday, and then last night, some of those clouds started producing rain in some areas, and this is the way the radar looked last night. So here's Sacramento. All of this is ground clutter that you get during the night, but these showers were rather impressive. There were some areas that did see some measurable rain. There were some areas that even saw as much as 1/10 of an inch of rain, and there were some thunderstorms in here. There's some lightning strikes. And there was a fire that developed in Colusa County, right in this area, right in here, probably from that thunderstorm right there. I checked with CAL FIRE this morning. They say they've got it mostly knocked down. It was about 50 acres, however, they didn't say it was caused by a lightning strike, but it was in a very remote area and started about the time that we did see this activity. As you can see, this looked pretty good. We did see more of this farther to the north. This is a time lapse, by the way, from about 8 to 10 o'clock last night. So this isn't this morning, but this is what happened last night. Now, this morning, now this is where the cloud cover is. And the cloud cover is gradually moving from west to east, but this is the cloud cover that's starting out in many areas like Sacramento and into the Bay Area, as well as in the Sierra. I checked the current radar, and there are showers that are on the east side of the Sierra, but they're very, very light, and we're not seeing any thunderstorms. And these clouds will be clearing as we go through the day today. The other thing I'll point out is the marine layer. Now, notice that there isn't anything in the way of fog really down here on the coast. You do have some down here toward Monterey, but it doesn't mean that it's not a marine layer. And the marine layer is in the process of building. A couple of things to look at here on the forward profiler this morning. Remember, this is 24 hours ago, and time increases this way. So this is the current reading. So look at what's happened in the last 24 hours. The marine layer is building slowly. It's gone from about 1,000 feet, maybe to about 1,500 feet. But if you look aloft where the warm air is, this is the warm air that was aloft 24 hours ago, temperatures of 31.8 degrees C. And then over here, it's gone down to 28.6 in the course of 24 hours. So the warm air aloft is starting to decrease. The cool air at the surface is starting to increase. And what you need is a good onshore breeze in order to bring some of that into the valley. Well, let me show you the 7 o'clock observations coming from the National Weather Service. And a couple of things to point out here is, first off, just how warm it is. Look at Beale. This is a 7 o'clock temperature, 84 degrees with sun and clouds. Downtown Sacramento, 76. But look at Travis Air Force Base. So Fairfield, partly sunny, 65 with a southwesterly wind to 21. So Solano County is certainly getting some of that cool air. But you look at Redding is 84 degrees. Red Bluff is 82. Oroville, 86. Again, these are 7 a.m. temperatures. Let's look and see what Napa's doing. Napa is just 63. That's nice. In San Francisco, 56. But Livermore, not very far inland, is at 71. And then if you look at Auburn, 77 degrees right here. And the other thing that jumps out at me is this one here, Modesto, 75 with a dew point of 60. 60, look at these high dew points. Fresno has a dew point of 63. Merced has a dew point of 64 right here. So those are relatively high dew points for our area, measure of how much water is in the air, and that can make it feel even hotter. And that's part of the moisture that's coming across the area right now. Even Blue Canyon this morning, 76. Truckee, a low of 61 this morning. Last week we were seeing lows in the 30s. That'll change again later on this week, but this is all as a result of the cloud cover and the moisture coming across the area. Tahoe, 63 with a dew point of 52. And again, these are 7 a.m. Temperatures. But as I said, with the onshore breeze starting to increase and the marine layer increasing, temperatures will start to run a little bit lower today. So let's talk about how things are going to be changing as we go through this week. Right now, we still have this big high that helped produce the highs of around 108, 109 over the valley this past weekend. But there's this little trough that's coming our way. And as we go through the day today, that trough goes by and helps to knock that ridge down. There'll be a lot of valley spots today that'll still be around 100, 102. Some spots like Solano County might stay in the mid 90s. And the foothills will also be in the upper 90s to low 100s. But as we go through the rest of this week, this is getting into the day on Tuesday and Wednesday. We go to Wednesday morning. Notice where the high is. The high is now down here. And while this is a cooler flow, that's still temperatures in the range of the mid 90s. So it will get cooler, but it won't get cool. And then as we get toward the end of the week, that high will likely rebuild, like here. This is getting into the day on Saturday. So by Friday, Saturday, we're likely going to see temperatures over 100 degrees again, and maybe even back into the 105s, depending on what that ridge does. But then we have the next trough just kind of trying to keep things in check, and this is early next week. So then I think there's going to be a little wave right here that could be a little bit more interesting as we get toward Monday, Tuesday of next week, trying to keep that high away. So what's going to be happening this week is that temperatures will modify from the heat that we had over the weekend. We're already seeing that despite the fact that it's a very warm morning. As the clouds clear today and we get that onshore breeze, temperatures will still top 100 in many areas, but not as high as the weekend. And then the next few days should stay in the range of the mid-90s, and then it will likely go back above 100 for Friday and the weekend, but maybe not as hot as last weekend. But again, those are numbers we'll have to dial in over the next couple of days. So a lot going on for mid-summer, mid-July, especially with the cloud cover this morning. Really, really interesting situation this morning, but those clouds will be clearing as we go through the day. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. I will be on KCRA at, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 o'clock tonight. So in the meantime, have a great day. I'll talk with you later.